Hi, we're on the top of page 2 now, and looking at let's look at the x column. There's a 6x. Could easily make this negative 6x if I just multiply everything by negative 2. Top equation, copy. Bottom equation, multiplying by a negative 2. All right, 6x plus 2y equals 7. Negative 2 times everything here. I get negative 6x, negative 2y, maybe you already see something fishy here, equals negative 10. And when we add, those cancel, that's 0. Those also cancel, that's another 0. We have 0 on the left side. On the right side, 7 and negative 10 is negative 3. So the variables are all gone. We're left with mathematical nonsense, an untrue statement, a false statement. That tells us no solution. That also tells us if you did this by the method of the first day, draw graphs, you would see parallel lines. Okay, let's try the next one over. What looks like the easy thing to do here. Now, this is the first instance where we do have to do two multiplications. 4 and 5 both go into 20. I could change this to a 20 and a minus 20, or vice versa. I could change this into a 6 and a negative 6, or vice versa. So let's make this a positive 6 and make this a negative 6, since the signs are already nicely opposite. I'll make this into a 6 by multiplying by 2. I'll make this into a negative 6 by multiplying by 3. Notice I'm just concentrating on my targeted opposite column as I make a decision about what to multiply by. So 2 times everything there makes that 8x plus 6y equals 34. And 3 times everything here, that makes 15x minus 6y equals 81. Now when we add the columns, 8x and 15x, that's 23x. 6y and minus 6y is 0y, so the y's disappear as we hoped for. And 34 and 81, that's 115. Okay? And then if we do 115 divided by 23, or x equals 115 divided by 23, that's 5, right? 115 divided by 23. It's been a long day, folks. Washed my hands about 200 times. So x equals 5. And then what are we going to do with the 5? We're going to use it to get the y value. We found the x value, and I can put a 5 in here, or I could put a 5 in here for x. Let's do the top equation. If I substitute 5 for x, 4 times 5 is 20. We have 20 plus 3y equals 17. I put in the 5 for x, 4 times 5 is 20. If I take away 20 from both sides, notice I'm writing this out, not doing it in my head. That leads to trouble. I get negative 3 over here, and divide by 3. Negative 3 divided by positive 3, negative 1. So the y value is negative 1. Okay, and of course if you want to check this, plug in 5 for x and negative 1 for y in both equations, and they should come out with 17 and 27 on the other side. Okay, let's go down here. Probably obvious choice is make this column opposite. I can make this a minus 10 with just one multiplication step. I multiply the top equation by 2 and make no change to the bottom equation. get 8x minus 10y equals negative 26. Times everything by 2 and got that. And just copying this one, 3x plus 10y equals 59. And now when I add, I get 8x's and 3x's is 11x's, minus 10y plus 10y, the y's cancel. And over here, negative 26 and 59 is 33. You see where this is heading? Divide both sides by 11, and get x equals 3. And then we can take that 3 and use it for x in either equation. I like the bottom equation better. It's got no minus signs at all. So 3 times 3 would be 9. 9 plus 10y equals 59. Take away 9 from both sides. Then we have 10y equals 50. And lastly, divide by 10. We get y equals 5. Final solution here is 3 for x, 5 for y. Okay, and let's hit the fourth one on this page. 3x plus 2y equals 4, 5x. So we could get opposites here by getting a 15 and a negative 15, or we could shoot for a 14 and a negative 14. I'm looking at the least common multiple of the coefficients, I guess you'd say. So let's go with the 15 and negative 15. If I want to make the top equation have x coefficient of positive 15, I'll multiply by positive 5. And since I'm shooting for a positive 15 there, I want a negative 15 there, so I'll multiply by negative 3, the bottom equation. 5 times everything in that top equation makes that 15x plus 10y equals 20. Negative 3 times everything in the bottom equation, I get negative 15x minus 21y equals negative 108. And now when we add, the x's cancel. I get negative 11y equals negative 88. 20 and negative 108 add up to negative 88. Divide by negative 11 on both sides. Get y equals positive 8. Positive 8 for y. And I think you know what we're going to do next. I'm going to put in an 8. I like that top equation for doing that. 3x plus 2 times 8 is 16. Take away 16 from both sides, and then we have 3x equals negative 12. And divide by 3, and we have x equals negative 4. So the solution here is negative 4 for x, 8 for y. Okay. And then the third page, I'll do that on a separate video.